Hey everybody, this is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. Today is Monday, January 13th, 2020, and we are here with a milestone Monday mystery game, this time number 750, going on the arcade floor. It's a lot of games. Largest arcade in the world. I cannot see how it's not the largest arcade of all time. I'm just saying, 750 machines, even when people said the arcades were in their prime. Where would anybody get 750 machines? No duplicates. It's a pretty crazy number. 3/4 away to 1,000. When we opened, never thought of it about reaching any numeric milestone. It was never about getting to that 200th game or 300th game, 500th game. It just was, let's go forward and keep putting out new amazing games for everybody to enjoy. And that's still the goal. That's the cornerstone, one of the cornerstones of what we're doing here. But now it's kind of there. It's that on the horizon. Only 250 machines away. Even if we're just doing one a week, which we've never done ever, that moves along pretty quick. And our 10th year anniversary is coming up, so expect some crazy things, but we'll get into that in a minute. Last week, we put out number 749, which was Asteroids Deluxe, released from Atari back in 1980. Amazing game. Everybody really seemed to enjoy it. On the 10X Championship, as everybody knows, we have a 10X Championship where every Monday Mystery, everybody's putting in scores and vying for first place. First place in the high score run gets 3 points towards the 10X Championship belt. Second place gets 2 points. Third place gets 1 point. Jamie Tibbetts walking away with the big 3 points last week in Asteroids Deluxe. Followed by James White with Jimbo Slice with 2 points. And Masi Zagopian with 1 point for coming in third place. So the current 10X standings are our very own Maurice Smith in first place, holding on with 11 big points. Followed by Pete Gores with 9 points. He's right there within striking distance. And a tie for third place between Jimbo Slice and Jamie Tibbetts for 7 points. Chris Plackey, who was previously he was on the board with 6 points, got nudged out this week. So interesting. We'll have to see if he comes in and can reclaim some ground. But this will be an interesting one. I'm excited for this one. So, give you some expansion news update. We've had, it's been a little slow going. We've got 2 expansions currently going on. We've got a very short-term expansion where the construction guys were just in. Our back room, which has been, well, it used to be, we had a great work area in the back room before. And then it got cut in half, which we added a lot of games with that space. And then it got cut in half again shortly after. And then we added a lot more games. I'm going to cut it back to where there's no space back there. We do all the work on the floor anyway or down at Productions. So that will be the next expansion. And that will be happening very quick and soon. And we've... that space will just go. That'll just gone just because we're so tight right now on games. 750 machines here. So then the next expansion, we finally did the required research of where the pass-through is going to happen. We've got all that done for knocking down that wall and going into what was the Canton Chinese restaurant. And that, initially we were going to do a smaller expansion over there and have some storage space. There's no room for that. There's no time for that. We're just going to go all out and make it a pretty large expansion. The building is not as big and the space is not as big as the last expansion from November. But it's gonna fix some of the tight issues here. And as well, everybody's always been a little hot in that shmups room. New AC units. We're going all out. So it is going to be pretty awesome, I think. A lot of new games coming. We've got our 10-year anniversary coming up. There's some crazy things planned. We've started months ago, and it's fortunate. And that's not something we normally do, is start way ahead of schedule. But knowing the monumentous undertaking that we are going for our 10th year anniversary celebration. We started long ago, and hopefully everybody will enjoy it. Can see even with this, 750, quite the milestone. And hopefully everybody gets it and enjoys it. Huge, one of the things that has made this arcade continue to grow has been such a great industry presence. I've had the fortune of talking this week alone, talking with so many industry people. Our good friend Larry DeMar is doing his stair climb. 1,643 steps he's going up for charity for the Laurie's Children's Hospital in Chicago. We've supported him the last 4 years since he first started doing it. We're happy to do it. Larry's not only has he been an amazing integral part of the video game and pinball industries, he's been a great friend to the arcade and a great supporter, so we appreciate Larry and support him. We hope you will too. It's a great organization, and if you can donate, it is very much appreciated. Even if it's $1, anything you can donate, it's very much appreciated. Pete posting that link right now. If you can, please do. And it helps Larry out. What a great guy for doing it for the kids. So please donate whatever you can. Very much appreciated. As we were talking a little bit before the show, we have recently got our Twitch affiliate. I've seen a bunch of people donating and subscribing, so thank you so much for that. Very much appreciated. And any way to help promote the stream, that is very much appreciated. Share the link. Let your friends know. Post on Facebook that we're streaming. Today's a pretty big one. It's 750 games going out. So we're going to keep doing it. If you never subscribe, whatever, that's all right. We're going to keep doing it regardless. But we do greatly appreciate it. It helps us keep doing it. We've got some big plans for the show coming up. And a little bit more production value coming. So we're very, very excited for that. And stay tuned for that. And again, a huge thanks to everybody that has subscribed and donated. Very much appreciated. Continuing with the Arcade Wars. Again, last month we won Aliens vs. Predator. Thank you, everybody, for putting in great scores on that. It's very nice to have a couple of wins under our belt. We have 7 venues competing in this month's tournament in Bubble Bobble. So if you're here, make sure you please put in a score on that. Bulldog just put up a crazy score. So huge thanks to Bulldog for that. And it's going to be a tough one because there's some great Bubble Bobble players out there. So come on in, put up some scores, and we very much appreciate that too. So many things to be thankful for. It's crazy. You guys all treat us so well. So thank you all so much for that. Join us here this Thursday. Industry legend Brian Colin will be here. He's going to be presented by Lonnie McDonald. I believe we're going to be live streaming it. His International Video Game Hall of Fame Award. They have a tangible award that will be presented to Brian here this Thursday. So we're excited to be a part of that. It's been a couple of weeks since we got to hang out with Brian, so it'll be fun to have him here. And we've had a few. Last time we were hanging up with Jeff Nauman. We've got some cool stuff that maybe even Brian hasn't seen since he was working on games like Rampage and RC Squared and games like that. So we shall see. We shall see. But always great to catch up with Brian Colin. That'll be this Thursday. We'll post all the details on the Facebook page as soon as we have them. So stay tuned for that. Pete Hahn and I will be out at the 66 Games Show out in Bloomington this Saturday. We're being presented our awards for the International Video Game Hall of Fame out there. And going to be hanging out with Todd Freeman and Lonnie McDonald and several other people. Billy Mitchell will be there. The good people from the musical, the Billy Mitchell musical. How cool is that? They'll all be there. So stay tuned for that. Very excited for that. And that'll be that's Saturday the 18th. So join us out there. It's going to be a cool show. So come hang out with us. Then I want to give a huge shout out to our friends over at Star Worlds. They just made a post today about their 35th year anniversary. Now, how ridiculous is that? One of the original arcades. Pat and Glenn have been running it for 35 years, so huge congratulations to them. That is a milestone. That is ridiculous. Those guys are awesome. They run a great place. A lot of fun. Haven't been out there in a bit, but always get to see them at the shows and everything. And make sure you check out Star Worlds out in DeKalb. It's mind-blowing. 35 years. Like, we're coming up on our 10th year. Crazy. So congratulations to Star Worlds. So very nice. So we've been kind of lacking on running crazy events. So, again, we've been talking about this 10-year build-up. Like, what's going to be going on with this 10-year build-up? What could they possibly do? Well, we're going to really start flexing up and showing what we can do because, that last year, our 9th year, or 8th year, I guess, depending on how you're thinking, on our 8th year, has, I thought we could have done more. We put a lot of games out. We saw a lot of crazy scores. We had a lot of industry people come out. But I thought we were a little light on the events. So stay tuned. But this, on January 25th, that's a Saturday, we're going to be running a huge, crazy NBA Jam tournament. 4-player. We're going to have a versus tournament. We're going to have team tournament. It's going to be awesome. Going to get a few people out here. We're going to have Tim Kitzrow out here, who is the voice of NBA Jam. All those He's on Fire and Boom Shakalaka. That's Tim Kitzrow. He's going to be here signing autographs and doing all sorts of cool stuff. It is going to be it's going to be a lot of fun. Tim's an awesome guy. We got to hang out with him a bit at the Insert Coin documentary, along with a lot of other Midway people. Working on getting a few other industry people out here, talking with Mark Trammell. Got a few other people I got to get in touch with and see if they can't make it on out. Should be a crazy weekend, so do not miss January 25th, Saturday, NBA Jam tournament with a lot of industry legends. It is going to be awesome, and some surprises, of course. You can also check out, Tim just did an interview with our friends over at Up, Up, Down, Down, Xavier Woods of the WWE, who's been out here several times. He did an interview today. Tim showed me that this afternoon or this morning. Very good interview, so check that out. Pete will post the link for that. And make sure you check that out because that's going to be all right. It's a good interview. You will enjoy it. A lot of fun. One more time, as we've been saying in the previous weeks, our 10th year anniversary. As I've been saying in our previous sentences earlier in this speaking, our 10-year anniversary is coming up, and we are having that week is going to be ridiculous. Our 10-year anniversary is going to be just crazy. So August 7th, 8th, and 9th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going to be our T20 tournament, which is our tournament, our annual tournament in 20 games. Last time, I believe we added 14 new games to the tournament, and we get players in from everywhere. There's prizes. It's a lot of fun. All the regulars are there. You get to see some stuff that you'll probably won't see for a while because those games, they can't all come out on the arcade floor. Maybe, unless we have room. But it's never happened that way. So they'll go back into the vaults, and they'll stay secluded in the vaults for a little bit. So you get only a chance to play them at T20 for a while. So make sure you join us on the 7th, 8th, and 9th for our T20. Again, great way to get into the scoring scene. Great way to meet a lot of the regulars and just have fun and be a part of what is the Galloping Ghost Arcade. Then so that's 7th, 8th, 9th. Then that Monday is our anniversary Monday mystery game. And this is going to be a mind-blowing game. So do not miss that one. That is going to be like the mind-blowing game. So that Monday, you could guess all you want. You'll never guess. Don't miss that one. Then that Thursday is the 13th. So 7th, 8th, and 9th are busy. 10th is busy. 13th is packed because that's the actual 10-year anniversary. That is the day that we coronate the new Gamer of the Year, Andrew Owasco, the current champion, your gamer of the year, who's been doing crazy. Will he repeat? Who knows? But we will find out that Thursday, August 13th. And then, if that wasn't enough, that Saturday, the 15th, get ready for an unbelievable industry event and tournament and other things going on here on the 15th. That's going to be our big anniversary celebration on that 15th. So we hope to see everybody here then. I think we're going to probably try to go for most people playing video arcade games again. We currently hold the record for that, but in a functioning arcade. So we hope to expand on that number, as we haven't done that in a few years, and I know I've seen the arcade pretty full. So let's see if we can up that number for our 10th year anniversary and set that bar just that much better. But now, sorry, I always go on and on, but without any further ado, let's get to number 750, the milestone, 3/4 of the way to 1,000. But to do that, let's summon forth former Gamer of the Year. Man, that's sounding good. Pete, how was the weekend?
Hey, the weekend was great, except for the snow, but that's all right. You can't have everything. It was good to see everyone that came out. Had George and Catherine and a few other regulars come out, and just wanted to say, thanks everyone. Shout-outs again to Bulldog for putting up a great Bubble Bobble score for Arcade Wars. Thank you everyone who's chipped in. We had Rizard, who has a Silkworm world record, also put in a great score, over 1 million. So thank you everyone. We appreciate that. That's all I got today.
That is awesome. Yeah, I think it was awesome being here on Saturday. A lot of fun as always. Talked to a lot of people. You know, I went out on Sunday and went to a restaurant, took Danielle out to a restaurant. And no. But somebody was brought up, like some guy and his kid stopped us, said that they catch Monday Mystery every week, and they're always so excited, and they're very excited to see this one. So shout out to them, and hope everybody likes this one. So without any further ado, your Monday Mystery game, what could it be? This doesn't seem like this is going to come off real smoothly, but that's how we do it. I'm going to step on this cord so that they don't pull out. All right, your Monday Mystery game, number 750. The milestone is Half-Life Survivor. Crazy rare. You know, the funniest is so crazy. Somebody just posted on our Facebook, wouldn't it be crazy if you guys could track one of these down? And a few people were, maybe it's in the vaults. Maybe it's in the vaults. Well, it was no longer in the vaults because it was already out and being worked on. It's in a Vuelich-style cabinet, and this was quite the feat to get this all up and running. It's running on the Taito Type X1 hardware. Came out in 2006. So I found the Taito Type X1 hardware on auction in Japan. Being aware of the game and looking for it for a long time, finally found one. Then after talking to an amazing collector, Showtime, who has more PCBs than anybody, that guy has got an amazing collection. He told me you need a very, very specific I/O card to run this setup. I asked him if he had one. He had one. Did he have one for sale? Nope. He's like, you'll never. He throws out that word sometimes. You'll never find one. So I like that kind of challenge and waited. I found another Half-Life cabinet, or another board set, which we brought that in as well. And then the concern was, what happens? It's got these crazy controls. It's got like a throttle and pedals and this ridiculous joystick. I found a few of those. We got those shipped in. So we had 2 game board sets, but no I/O board. Then all of a sudden, I believe it was on KLOV many, many years ago, somebody said that they had one. They had a cabinet, but had been left outside and was completely gutted, although the monitor was there. All gutted except no boards, no nothing. Shipped it in, and this thing was rusted and water damaged and looking pretty horrendous. But that's how sometimes we like getting cabinets, because that, gives us something to do. So we cleaned it all up. Found the monitor did not work after much work. We managed to get a replacement monitor that was close to original, but not 100%. So it shifted to the left a little bit. I'm still trying to fix that, working with the embedded Windows that it runs off of, but definitely nice, definitely nice. Took the whole thing apart, sanded it all down, painted all the metal, did some wood paneling on it, attached the joist, the stick and the throttle and the pedals. The concern was always that I/O board when we got this cabinet. Took the control panel apart. Lo and behold, in it was the unobtainable I/O board still sitting there that had been left outside for many, many, many a year. And the question was, would it work? So then we fired it all up. Who knows? Fortunately for us, it did. And now here is Half-Life 2 Survivor version 2.0 running on all original, except for the monitor, in an original dedicated cabinet. Let's bring up GGA Jeremiah, who is... He knows some Half-Life. This guy knows some Half-Life. Jeremiah. Yeah, let's get that out of there. Let's get that out of there. Get. Jeremiah, now you're all over in your gaming tastes. You've played some Half-Life.
Correct.
You're pretty good.
I'm okay.
Just okay?
Yeah, okay.
Man, he's in humble mode today. The best Shiva player in the world. All right. They had a version of this that had a seat. I'm trying to track down a seat. Want to give everybody... The seat looked awesome. So, you've got 3 versions to choose from. You've got the single-player story, the 4-player versus. Don't pick that one. And then just a survivor mode, just killing random people. So, let's go to the story mode and pull the trigger. The text in the game is in Japanese, but the dialogue, or the audio and dialogue, all the explosions are in English. All right. Is everybody getting game audio in the stream? Oh, love us some direct feed. Tater Salad, thank you for being here. JFH Pork Chop, hello. Audio has a hum. They're saying there's a little bit of audio hum. This was a scramble to get this this working 100, well, maybe not even 100%, as best we got. It's a scramble to get this working 90%. You guys can hear that with a slight hum over it. I'm thinking about having this guy replace me to do the new Monday Mystery. He has more personality than me. What's that? Your call. What does the stream say? Do you want skip this intro? Do you want to see this intro, or what do you want? Jump to some action? Skip. Skip. Everybody's saying skip. Get some action. There's a brief tutorial first for chapter. Duffman, thank you for being here. All right. So now, again, it's got pedals. The right pedal jumps. The left pedal ducks and crouches. You're best sitting a little bit further back from this one to be on the pedals. For those just joining us, today's Monday Mystery Game is Half-Life 2 Survivor, released on the Taito Type X hardware from Taito back in 2006. Ours is an original dedicated cabinet. Not the deluxe. It's not the deluxe one, but we'll get there. We'll get there. First-person action. You know, we got Left 4 Dead here, Survivor. Thought that was so unbelievable. This is version 2.0. Couple of shots, opens up the crate. Jeremiah with the headshot. Busting out that crowbar. No, he's reloading. It is definitely unique controls. I know we're going to see players like Pete Gores. I bet Pete Gores goes crazy on this. Drops him. Story score 1350. Half-Life 2, when that came out, people were losing their minds over that game. What an amazing game. Octocon. I hope you come out this weekend. DJ, what is up? Shout out to Dan Icavelli. Sorry about the low audio. We will work on that momentarily. It has a hum to it. Splicing those signals. Exploding oil drum. Shooting through the window. Whoa. Jeremiah normally doesn't let that guy get away. Oh, gets him. He's on the move. You can tell he's played some Half-Life before. Get some health. 3 more enemies down there. 750 games here at the arcade. Jobber, see you next week. Thank you for being here. Upgrading those weapons. Getting a crit hit there. Huge thanks to Doug Fox for his help with this. Came in and did some of the button-up wiring. Again, this was a fairly long process. We've had this cabinet floating around. Really wanted something unique for 750. And thought Half-Life 2. It was so funny when that, forget who made that post saying, wouldn't it be crazy if you could get a Half-Life 2 machine, saying how rare it was, and everyone was chiming in. And we had already decided that this was going to be it. But it was just an odd coincidence. There's so many games out there. People can post about anything, not knowing what we have, but we got it. Thank you, Dan Icavelli, saying great find. Sack Clam, thank you. Thank you for being here. This game is Half-Life 2 Survivor version 2, released from Taito back in 2006. Many people familiar with Half-Life from the PC game. You're playing Gordon?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What's that? It is 10 chapters. Scoring wise, it's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting. I believe you can probably you'll be allowed to continue, but not to. Well, I don't know. It's a forced timeout. So maybe you can continue, but you can't die due to health loss. Something. We'll have to figure something out. Or arch rivals. Pork Chop asking, how much is is that thing worth? That's always a rough question. Because, yeah, we're not going to be selling it, so. Fat Chris, thank you so much for the pizza. So generous of you. As always, everybody enjoyed it very, very much. Very much appreciated. Some vehicles in this game. So the turning on this is there's like a slight turn to look and aim, and then a sharp turn to steer. So it's very well handled. The throttle, it's like a pod on your left hand. It's like a throttle pod with a thumb button. Goes forward, back, left, right, and that's actually how you move. And then the stick only rotates left and right and goes forward and back but does not shift left and right. Very, very unique control setup. And again, had we been missing any piece of this would not be right. And so happy we were able to track down the cabinet, the throttle, the stick, the pedals, and the board. Even though the cabinet was in such disrepair, I'm so happy with how it turned out. Repainted it all. A lot of sanding and Lava Being, thank you for being here. Rubik N64, this is Half-Life 2 Survivor version 2, released from Taito back in 2006. It's our 750th game here at the arcade. This is super rare. This was one, again, in Japan, these games got converted out left and right. They made their mark, people played them, people thought it was amazing, but just like Left 4 Dead, it's a Vuelix cabinet, and people wanted shmups and Street Fighter in them, so they converted them. How much is a cabinet worth since it's so rare? Pricing on games, it's so up and down. There's, I could probably get $2,500 fairly easy for this. Could I get 3? Maybe. I bet there's some Half-Life fans out there that might pay $4,000 for it. Who knows? It's so hard to say. It's the buyer's market. in the fact that it's so rare that it depends on who's after it. There's plenty of collectors who would probably be like, oh, it's a PC game, PC-esque game. It's not Major Havoc. It's not an iRobot. Not interested. There's other people that might lose their mind over this. It's hard to gauge. And there's not exactly... on KLOV, there's one other cabinet that is known here in the U.S. that was given to him from the people at Valve. And that's pretty much it. If you saw this going somewhere for 10 grand, would it? I wouldn't be surprised. Paul H. saying, I don't think they have a retail price. Yeah, there's no actual retail price for pretty much any arcade game nowadays. It's whatever the seller is asking for, whatever the buyer will pay. They were actually released in Japan, so out there you could probably get whatever it cost back in the day. But once it hits that collector market, how much did a game credit cost when it was released? $1? Bubble Blast. So yeah, everything pretty much in Japan has always been 100 yen. Right. The value of that fluctuates and goes up and down. Half-Life 2 just seems like an odd choice for an arcade game. Yes and no. It actually lends itself pretty well. Like, the game itself was so... You look at games like The Grid, where it's first-person, and War Final Assault. They have that first-person feel to them. And this was, like, the most popular of games. Like, Half-Life 2, how many awards did that game win? That's saying not enough. He's right. But they were trying things. They were seeing what would resonate within the arcade community. So they put games like Half-Life 2 and Left 4 Dead, because the development was done. The games have a great opportunity for multiplayer. And games like Left 4 Dead, they sold them in clusters of 4. So you could be out and playing just like the PC version. Instead of playing it online, you're playing it with 4 people right next to you. And that's what the arcade experience was. So it's so interesting to see that they were trying new things. And, well, this was such a... It's a heavy story-based game. But it looks like they literally just packed the whole game into an arcade game. So it used the Nessica system, which they probably would allowing you to, if they had the servers up, you could put your data card in and it would write your progress and save your information and your scores, and you could probably run leaderboards for rank. Those weapons stepping up. That's quite the revolver. But Jeremiah's switching over to the more automatic weapon. Lots of firepower. You're watching GGA Jeremiah play your Monday mystery game, Half-Life 2 Survivor version 2.0, released from Taito back in 2006. Rubik N64, thank you so much for hosting us. That is hugely appreciated. We just recently got our Twitch affiliate, so sharing the stream, letting people know about that we're streaming. We do this every Monday, 5 p.m. Central. We put a new game on the arcade floor. We've done it for over 4 years. Hundreds and hundreds of games have been added to the arcade right here on Twitch for the last four plus years. We're going to keep doing it. We've got 200 plus games in the vault still. Hopefully everybody's enjoying seeing crazy rare stuff that they might never have seen or been able to play. It's going to be here indefinitely for everybody to enjoy. Pork Chop saying this is the best content on Twitch right now. Thank you for that. Again, as we're new to our affiliate, anybody who wants to subscribe, greatly appreciated. We're going to keep bringing what has been said to be the best content on Twitch right now by JFH Pork Chop, credible Twitch viewer that I know. Lava Being asking the same group. Do the Left 4 Dead arcade game? Yes, it was the same collaboration. It was Valve and Taito teaming up, and they're like, "What games can we put out? Let's put Half-Life 2 and Left 4 Dead." We're joined by former Game of the Year Chris Blackie. Chris Blackie, have you played Half-Life 2 in your day?
No, but I heard good things.
You know, I love me some PC gaming, but don't play it. I didn't play a ton of PC games. More of a Battlefield, Team Fortress, Half-Life. I didn't play it, but hearing how good it was, it made me want to play it. Same thing with Left 4 Dead. I didn't play it till the arcade version, and man, loved it. And playing this, great game, great game. You see why it was so heralded as such an amazing game and won so many awards. Have you? Did you see the controls on it yet?
I have not.
It's got a pod throttle on the left, and then a forward, back, and rotate flight control stick on the right with a spin wheel, trigger button, and thumb button. And then, to top it off, pedals. Right pedal jumps, left pedal ducks. There you go. 23,650.
Complicated.
It's not that bad. It would feel, they did it, it's very smart. They really played with the controls, and it's pretty intuitive. It comes very naturally. Sometimes the pedals, especially with how they're positioned, it's like, oh, I have to jump here. Okay, it's left foot, forward. And then you get it. But after playing a couple of times, it feels pretty natural. Paul H., thank you for sharing the stream on Facebook. That is greatly appreciated. Goofy BK asking, does this game use an actual hard drive? It does. It is a proprietary I/O board for controls. So there's essentially like a card that connects to that I/O board. And then it's mostly just typical PC hardware, which is true of a lot of the later Midway games and like Arctic Thunder and Left 4 Dead, Darius Burst EX, another Chronicle, anything on the Taito Type X2. Most of it was it's pretty much PC hardware. But Steel Battalion was not ever put out as an arcade game. Carnival, like, there were games that just had PCBs and hard drives. Carnival would be one. Killer Instinct. Judge Dredd. GGA Jeremiah flipping around that corner. So what are those things you're shooting up?
Crab heads, I think.
Crab heads?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Eh.
It's been a little while since I played this game.
Tearing through it. What is it? A crab head with no body. Poor guy. Oh. Crab head. Master Tech Ken Walker giving us the report in from Galloping Ghost Pinball. Everything's running 100% down there. 40 pinball machines, all running great. Pretty happy about that. Paul H., thank you so much for hosting us. Very much appreciated. We keep doing every Monday, 5 p.m. Central. We are here for the Monday mystery game. It helps. Paul H., it always helps. Every bit helps. Lava Being, thank you so much for hosting us as well. That is excellent. If it's easy, it is very much appreciated. Even if it's that easy and you took the time to do it, we appreciate it. Gets it out there, more people seeing it, more people know that they can come play Half-Life 2 Survivor version 2 here at the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. It's our 750th game. Unique games. Like we've got 6 grid cabinets. We only count it as one. We've got 2 Cinestars. We've got the sit-down Cinestar. We've got the upright Cinestar. We only count that as one. So many one-of-a-kind games. Primal Rage 2. Super rare games like Beavis and Butthead, unreleased prototype. RC Squared, 1 of 1. Lost games like Spectre Files. Play them all here. Every Mortal Kombat, every Street Fighter, all of the King of Fighters series. You like fighting games? This is your arcade. You like classics? This is your arcade. You like shmups? This is your arcade. Action platformers? You know, we just put out games like Biomechanical Toy. We put out JJ Squawkers. Pretty much any action platformer, we got it. We got it. Midway games, The Grid, we got it. All age Jimbo Slice has not set a world record today. Nick, no skee ball. We don't have skee ball. Nothing against skee ball, but Castle of Dragon, we don't have that on the arcade floor. Is it in the vaults? Who knows? Those redemption games. Skee ball. Closest thing would be, we got, if you're a Whack-A-Mole fan, we've got First Funky Fighter and Monkey Mole Panic. Two more outrageously rare games. Mike McCarthy joining us. Chapter 4, the Sand Traps. Walking in with a rocket launcher now. He's upping, he's got grenades. He's got a shotgun. What's your armament right now? Crowbar, pistol, machine gun, shotgun, grenades, rocket launcher, crowbar. That's quite the lineup. As always, we appreciate everybody tuning in for the Monday Mystery Game. Hope everybody likes our choice for number 750. Wanted to go with something you probably couldn't play anywhere else. Don't forget, this week, Brian Colin, industry legend Brian Colin, who's made games like Spectre Files and Rampage and Sarge and Xenophobe and Arch Rivals and Pigskin. He worked on Tron, or Discs of Tron. Worked on so many amazing arcade games. He will be here this Thursday accepting an award, his International Video Game Hall of Fame award. Looking forward to that. Lava Being saying, I'm curious what he thinks of the Rampage movie. He was in support of it. He was actually there on the set. They flew him out. He got to meet The Rock. He's got some pictures. He's got a lot of cool stories. I know he's done a lot of podcasts and talked about what it was like being there on the movie set and seeing a game that he created go into the big screen like that. It's crazy. It's from an artistic standpoint, to have your creation turn bigger than it's ever been before is just like, congratulations to him on that. Like, that's absolutely amazing. Getting to work with Brian over the years has been he's got a lot of great insight on making games. And he's been very fortunate in the fact that, like, so many of his games, he got to work on so many amazing games, and they let him go well outside of the box. Like, you think of his games in particular, like Rampage. He got to make a 3-player game, which was very uncommon at that time. He got to work on Xenophobe. That cabinet is ridiculous. Again, 3-player. Very unique cabinet. Nothing like the Xenophobe cabinet. Zawakari, which was the first game that he designed. He got to implement a crazy stick and a push-pull spinner, which is unheard of. Made such a unique game. Fat Chris. It's weird. They look like bugs out of Starship Troopers almost. You are watching direct feed footage of Half-Life 2 Survivor version 2. Yeah, you're watching direct feed footage. So is Jeremiah. Released from Taito back in 2006. Imported from Japan.
Last 1 minute. Last 30 seconds.
Asking about the Battletech Center units. That would be cool to have those.
7, 6.
They are massive, though. GG. Almost. Levels are getting harder. Running backwards. There's a lot of those bugs. Oh no! Oh no! GGA Jeremiah fighting tooth and nail. Oh no! 3. Oh, crazy and an amazing run by GGA Jeremiah, taking it right to 6 o'clock. We thank everybody for joining us today. That is going to wrap up the show. Hope everybody had a great time. We really hope to see you here next week. Todd, thank you so much for being here. We're taking off too. Paul H, man. Yeah, those bugs, man. And here's Pete Gores. I thought this one might summon Pete Gores. Pete Gores, have you ever played a little game that I like to refer to as Half-Life 2?
Yeah.
Yeah? You seem to strike me as a gent that might play some Half-Life 2. Are you going to just absolutely tear this game? Did you know this existed?
No, they were talking about it last week, I believe. That's when I found out it existed.
Well, we've known for a couple of years about this and have put some time and effort into building one up to have it here for everybody to play and enjoy. Are you excited to play some Half-Life 2?
I certainly am.
Awesome. The Pete Gores is going to jump on it. I think. Maybe. Maybe. So thanks, everybody. This is Doc Mac. Again, everybody in the stream chat, thank you for spending your 5 o'clock with us. Hope everybody enjoyed the Monday Mystery Game. This week, number 750, 3/4 of the way to 1,000 games here at the Galloping Ghost Arcade. Half-Life 2, Survivor version 2.0. King D-Bag, they most certainly did. Half-Life 2 Survivor. It is here.
Story mode.
Charles, we'll see you next time. King, we'll keep the stream going. That is going to wrap up the commentary. This is running on all original arcade hardware. Original cabinet. It's got this palm pod on the left for moving forward, back, left, right. It's got a button on that. It's got a flight stick style joystick on the right with trigger, thumb button, and weapon scroll wheel. It goes forward and back, but then it only twists left and right. And then you've got 2 pedals. The right one jumps, the left one crouches. So that will wrap up the commentary. We're going to keep streaming for a while, though. It's Pete Gore, former Game of the Year, Pete Gore is going to put on a show. Hope everybody enjoyed number 750. Join us next Monday for number 751 here at the largest arcade in the world. Wilhammer Billy Lee, catch you next week. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and Twitter and on Facebook. Join our Facebook group. We've got a group with Galloping Ghost Productions and, of course, the fan page at Galloping Ghost Arcade. Make sure you go to that, click like, keep up. Every week we're putting out a new game. Don't miss it every Monday, 5 p.m. Central, right here on Twitch. Thank you all for everything. It's been an amazing time yet again. Thank you, Fat Chris, for sending us pizzas. Everybody here enjoyed that very much. Thank you to our players for being here. Yes, definitely. Goofy BK, yes, definitely. Please tell your social media friends about the stream. We really appreciate it. Trying to keep growing it, making it bigger and better. Every Monday for 4 years. So we'll be here next week. We're not going anywhere. You're going to get something crazy next week, too. What? I don't know yet. Who knows? But we'll put something up. So thanks, everybody. Until next week, this is Doc Mac from the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and we hope to see you around the arcade soon. Thanks a lot, everybody.